Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed part 3 of our new series of our favorite places to go see in Mexico. We got to see San Cristobal de las Casas, my favorite, Santiago de Querétaro, and we got to see Oaxaca City, which was amazing. We actually are gonna go back there in about a month, so that's gonna be a really, really exciting one. So this week we are giving you part 4 of our series where we're gonna explore the next 3 places to see in Mexico. Really wrapping it down. Next week we should be putting out 3, 2, and 1, so it's very exciting. As always, if you guys have not subscribed to our channel yet, hit the subscribe button. If you like our video, give it a thumbs up. And if you have your favorite places that you want us to go and see or a place that you want us to know about, make sure to leave a comment below. I hope you enjoy, and now let's get to the video.
Number 6, Wanahato City. Many people have described Wanahato City as the most beautiful city in all of Mexico, and that would be very hard for us to argue with. It is absolutely a stunning city filled with beautiful architecture and very hilly, set right into the mountainous setting of this part of Mexico. So if you're up for some hikes, this is also a great place to get your workout in as you explore the city and go up and down the many hillsides of the winding streets. Now, we had the wonderful privilege of staying with some of our friends who live there, and they even let us go on one of their wonderful street food tours.
So it is 9 o'clock in the morning right now, and we are heading down to do our food tour in Guanajuato.
So we will drop a link to that tour called the Wanahato City Tours, which our friends run. We had such a great time with our tour guide and the other people on the tour. It actually turns out that we were all vegetarian, which the tour guide was very surprised, but he didn't bat an eye, and he knew all the great places to take us that could give us also vegetarian options.
These are Vampiro Juices here. They're like vampires drink them.
One of the local dishes that we really enjoyed were the gorditas. So the street food was absolutely delicious. And I got the papas gorditas.
They have this awesome chocolate store. Chocolate is originally, before the Spanish came to Mexico, there was no chocolate in Europe.
So we're at the chocolate stop on our food tour of Guanajuato. Blue cheese chocolate, and this is 99% cacao chocolate. And we're gonna try them right now. It's the first time we've ever had blue cheese chocolate, so.
Wow. I like that. That's really good. The city is also really rich in its culture and history. It's almost like Americans visiting Philadelphia in the States. This city was actually where the Mexican Revolution began, so there's a lot of rich history around that. If you're in the city, you'll definitely notice the big statue of the man with the stone on his back, which is known as Tequila and is one of the famous lookouts. This statue has a legend, which is a member of the Mexican independence movement who was able to storm one of the royalist castles and deflect the bullets with the big stone he carried on his back. So whether you come here during the day or at night, it's a very popular place to go and look out over the city and just hang out, have a taco, have some street food.
We came up here to get sopes near El Pipila that are vegetarian options, and they are delicious.
Provecho! And just enjoy the panoramic view of this absolutely stunning city. The Teatro Juarez is this gorgeous theater with big columns. There's a bustling square right near it where you will find many beautiful restaurants as well as these musicians in 17th century attire that we were lucky enough to see. There's a lot going on in this area and you don't want to miss it. Another interesting thing about Wanahato City, it was actually a silver mining city, and it was very rich for this reason. And it was also built above a river where man-made tunnels were carved out underneath the city and the river would run through it. Now the river is no longer going through these tunnels and they're actually used for streets running underneath the city. So definitely check those out when you go. You might also notice a lot of the Don Quixote statues as well as the Don Quixote Museum. There's a very well-known festival, Cervantino, that happens in Wanahato City every year. Last thing we want to say about Wanahato City, it's becoming a well-known area to indulge in wine. If you love wine, there's many different Mexican vineyards in the area, and we were lucky enough to try some really delicious wines at a new tasting room that our friend took us to right there in the city. Number 5, San Miguel de Allende. Now, this city was just named number 1 as the best small city in the world by Condé Nast in 2020. It's also been awarded the best city in the world 2 years in a row by Travel and Leisure. It's also a Pueblo Magico and listed as a UNESCO heritage site. Once you step foot in this gorgeous city, it's very easy to see why it's so popular and why this city has remained one of the top destinations in Mexico for foreigners to visit and even live. One fun fact is that my mom and my older brother and sister actually lived in San Miguel de Allende when my mom was going to the Art Institute in the late 70s. It was always a place I wanted to visit. This place is really well known for its artists who live here and all the many galleries and places that you can see their art displayed, including the really beautiful Fábrica de Aurora, which I got to roam around, and there's also lots of beautiful galleries scattered throughout the entire town. San Miguel de Allende is actually built in this valley, in this mountainous, hilly area. So as you go through the city and start to branch out of the main plaza, you'll go up and down hilly streets, cobblestone streets, and find so much beautiful Mexican colonial architecture, houses built sort of right into the side of the hills, and beautiful parks and vistas. And high points where you can see gorgeous views of the city and the mountain range in this area. Many of the buildings in this area are painted all different gorgeous pastel colors, and the prominent one that we noticed was the rosy pink pastel color. The huge cathedral in the center of the Zocalo Plaza was this rosy pink color, and just such a gorgeous backdrop. If you're taking photos or you just want to bask in the sights, this is an amazing place to check out the architecture. This is also a great place for foodies or people looking for a little bit of the nightlife. There were many rooftop bars and restaurants that we saw, and just a very vibrant culture to the city. So don't take our word for it. Definitely recommend check out San Miguel de Allende for yourself and see what it's all about. Number 4, the town of Tequila in Jalisco State. Now, one of the obvious reasons to visit this town is in the name. Can you guess? Obviously, if you go, you're gonna wanna check out one of the many tequilerias in town, and go ahead and take their tour where you can not only taste the tequilas, but actually see how the process goes from start to finish and how they turn the blue agave plants into the delicious tequila that we will try at the end of the tour. Also, the surrounding area is beautiful, so if you get a chance, check out the landscape outside of town. You'll see many rolling fields of blue agave plants as well as mountains in the distance. And we recommend checking out a tour, going with a tour guide to one of the waterfalls right outside of town. You'll have to hike a little bit, but it's worth being able to jump in the refreshing, cool pools underneath the waterfall, and of course taking in the beautiful sights of the mountains there. Now this town is a Pueblo Magico, so it's very quintessential Mexican with old cobblestone streets and gorgeous architecture. A really beautiful sort of center plaza area with vendors selling snacks like elotes or corn on the cob. And we've also heard that the tour through the Tequila train is a really beautiful way to see the countryside and of course check out what tequila is all about.